Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming today. I'm going to make a really simple taco salad. And one of the things that I love about this is it does feature many of the products of our current catalog host gift special, the salad set. So I'm going to get started, first of all, by talking a little bit about our salad spinner. I love our salad spinner and I use it all the time. We eat a lot of salads. So one of the things that you want to make sure you always do is wash your lettuce before you put it in a salad. Even if you buy bagged salad that says pre-washed, it's the leading cause of salmonella. So you want to make sure that you are not spreading all that icky stuff, right? So I have already washed this. With my salads, one of the things that I do is I've got the salad here. I've already washed it and let it drain. But here's what I really want to share with you. This has been draining probably for an hour now. I'm going to put this spinner on and I'm going to have you slide over to the other screen there. You can see my husband standing over there. He's going to wave at you. He's going to be my assistant today. So you're just going to turn the handle just like this. Make sure that you keep your hand on this, because otherwise you will have a tossed salad and nobody wants a tossed salad, right? So once it's done, here's what's so amazing to me. I'm going to pull this out and I want you to just see for just a second. This is always amazing because this has literally been draining, but now I spun it. Look at all of the water that was in that. That would have made the salad dressing so soggy. So that was one of the reasons that I like to do that. All right. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to choose the largest bowl of our salad set. And I'm going to put my washed lettuce right into the base of this. So this recipe calls for about 8 to 10 cups of salad. You could put it in a larger salad bowl if you wanted to, especially if you're cooking for a larger family. All right, so next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start adding all of our delicious toppings. So we've got to have some ground beef for a taco salad, right? So I pre-browned the ground beef, and in my world, the only way to cook ground beef is to use our stack cooker. So normally when I go to the grocery store, I put about 3 pounds in, and when you're cooking in the stack cooker, it's 6 minutes per pound for meat. So all of the icky grease will drain out. I'm going to show you what drained out, and then I'll put it into our little freezer container. So I'll have 3 of these containers, and I can label them with brown ground beef, already cooked. So that way, when I want to make a recipe, I don't have to go through the mess. You know, we put a pan on the stove, we brown the ground beef, we wash the pan, we wash the stove, and we do it repeatedly. You can cook it all at one time, 6 minutes per pound, about 18 minutes. So as I mentioned, I already did this a little earlier. And one of the things I will share with you is in the recipe book, it says not to chop the ground beef very finely. I totally disagree. I actually took my ground beef and I put it in our supersonic chopper. It makes it so that everybody gets some ground beef in their food. So I'm going to just use my spatula here and we'll put this right on top of all of the lettuce. So this is just a pound of ground beef. All right. Now, what I really want to show you is what came out of this. Look at all the nasty stuff that was in the bottom. I mean, seriously. So this is something that you don't want to eat. Look at that. It's about a half a cup. And so that's the beautiful part of using the stack cooker is you can get rid of all of that. All right, next up, we need about a cup of corn. So when you open up a can of corn, it's going to have more than a cup in it. If you're using frozen corn, then you're going to still have probably some corn in that bag. So make sure you put it in your freezer container. And I'm just going to spread it right on the very top. Next, we're going to have some black beans, and you want to wash your black beans. So I've already rinsed and drained these. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is with my ground beef, you can either add taco seasoning or we have our amazing chipotle recipe. So I stir that inside of my modular spice shakers. All right, so how do you open our cans? I already took the top off. In many of the cans that we have, you can actually pre-wash them, and then when you go to do the demonstration, you've still got a bottom. So you can actually put your can opener right on there. So I'm gonna do that right next to here on the side camera. So just open it and give it a little squeeze, and you'll be able to, whoops, My hands are kind of greasy now. And you'll be able to run this can opener right around there and remove the bottom of it. So that's the second way that you'll have an opportunity to be able to demonstrate that. All right, next, we're going to put our tomatoes. So this is actually 2 large tomatoes that are already diced. And got a little bowl over there, but I think, there we go. And when you dice your tomatoes, you want to make sure you take out all of the kind of the seeds and pulp, because again, that waters your salads down. So now we've got all of our tomatoes, and now we need some cheese. So I'm going to move my bowl off to the side just for a second. Hang on just a minute here. And we're going to grate our cheese. So you already saw Kimberly talk about our shaver, which I just love. I've already pre-grated a lot of the cheese. In fact, I usually grate a whole block of cheese and I keep it in my Cheese Smart container. But I thought what I would do for today is I would just save just a little bit of it so you'd have an opportunity to see exactly how this works. So I'm going to crank my camera down because I want to do it forward facing. You want to place this on a clean, solid surface, and you're going to lock it into place. If you don't lock it into place, whoops, hold on just a minute here. There we go. If you don't lock it into place, it's going to dance all over the countertop. So see, it's in there all the way. And then I'm going to just take my block of cheese, place that right inside. This is called the plunger. We're going to use the plunger to hold the cheese, and it's going to, the cheese will come right down into my container, as you see. Yum, yum. And that's how you grate your cheese. I'm not going to grate it all today because we have a time situation today, right? All right, so now I've got all of my yummy cheese, and this recipe calls for about 1.5 cups of cheese. So I'm going to take my measuring cup and grab a cup and a half of cheese. So there's a cup. And you can be as liberal with cheese as you want, because too much cheese said no one ever. Isn't that right? So this is 1.5 cups. Is that a 1/2 cup? That's a little bit more, but that's okay. We like cheese. All right. This bowl is the perfect size for this recipe. Would y'all not agree? All righty. Now we're going to put our next ingredient on, and it's Fritos. Yeah, a bag of Fritos. It's actually not the whole bag, which is good because that way you get to keep some to eat for yourself. So we've got 2 cups of Fritos. We're going to sprinkle that right on the very top. And spread those around just a little bit. And then it's time for the dressing. And it's Catalina dressing. Now, I'm going to be honest. Catalina dressing is not my favorite dressing. The first time I had it on a salad, I was like, I don't like it. But for some reason, in this recipe, I absolutely love it. It's the only time I ever use Catalina dressing. So you're going to use a good portion of the bottle. I don't typically use the whole thing, but I probably leave about 1 inch of salad dressing in the bottom. There we go. And then it's just time to toss. So you're just going to thoroughly toss your salad, your lettuce, your beans, your tomatoes, your cheese, your Fritos, everything. Yum. And you have your taco salad. And that's all there is to it. How easy is that? You've got your vegetables, you've got your meat, you've got your dairy, everything in one big bowl. So happy eating.